take a minute to relax and find yourself resting on a sunny beach on a warm, sunny day. The sky is deep blue, the sun is warm. A cool breeze blows across the beach and brings with it the smell of the salty ocean and the sound of seabirds. The waves lap gently against the shore. The sands are white. The beach is all yours. A seabird flies by. The sound of the waves comes to your ear. The sea is deep blue. As you rest back into the warmth of the sun, as the sand cradles your body and conforms to your resting posture, you drift into a reverie and begin to imagine that this is a Mediterranean beach. There are high cliffs behind you, lined with juniper and cypress trees. Adobe houses of bright white line the top of the cliff. In the deep blue sea, not far from shore, are multicolored fishing boats, some blue, some green, some white, each with a large eye painted on the prow. You rise up easily from the sand and walk towards the water. The sea is gentle. The foamy waves lap gently at the beach. There are brightly colored pebbles and shells scattered across the waterline. As you move to the edge of the sea, the sand grows harder and wetter. Stepping into the water, it is cool and wet against your feet and ankle. The sand softens again. You can see shells and multicolored stones scattered in the beach under the water. The waves lap gently against your legs. Stepping a little further into the water, you reach down with cupped hands and lift the water to your face. You smell the salt, but bringing it to your lips, you are surprised to discover that the water is sweet and tasteless, but cool and wonderful against your lips and your chin as it runs down your arms and chest. The sun is warm. The sea is pleasantly cool. A slight breeze blows in from the water. You take a few more steps into the water and dive and swim easily towards the fishing boats. The water buoys you up, and you are surprised by the sweetness and clarity of the water. Swimming easily, you reach one of the boats and find that there are fishing nets over the side. You smell the smell of their rope and easily climb the fishing net into the boat. Leaning on the back of the boat, you rest and look up into the deep, deep blue skies and bask in the warm sun. Feel the gentle breeze as it blows across your face and chest, and hear the waves lapping against the side of the boat. You rest back in a reverie and are pleasantly surprised to find that the boat begins to move, as if drawn by magical hands. The boat moves more and more quickly out to sea, as you rest comfortably in the back. You feel the cool spray of the ocean as the boat beats against the waves and moves further and further from the shore. You enjoy the sun, the waves, the sound of the water, the smell of the sea. In the far distance, an island begins to appear, first as a faint green dot in the blue, blue ocean. As it comes closer, you see that there are cliffs lined with trees, a white sand beach, and houses, multicolored houses, made of adobe, bright white, earthy red, wonderful azure blue. The boat continues to move towards the beach on the island. It slows as it approaches the white beach, and when it comes to a stop, you stand easily and comfortably and dive with a great splash into the water. The splash is muffled as your ears descend below the waves, and you are quickly resurfacing, buoyed up by the water as you swim towards shore. As the water grows shallower, you right yourself, bouncing on the seafloor and finding your feet against the sand, begin to walk out of the water onto the white, clean beach of this new island. Rising up out of the water, you feel again the sun on your back. The cool breeze dries the water from your skin. Walking across the beach, you discover a grassy pathway that leads up into the hills. You begin to walk easily up the pathway. The smell of grass under your feet greets your nose. The path is lined with fragrant trees and bushes. There are evergreens, rosemary, currants, cedar trees perfume the air. Walking easily up the pathway, you come to a vineyard with grapevines planted down long wooden fences, that have been there in the sun longer than you can imagine. As you walk past, you stop and pick a grape. It is deep blue-purple. You hold it in your hand and press it with your teeth, and the sweet juice flows into your mouth and down your chin. You enjoy it and continue on your walk down the path. Continuing past the vineyard, you come to a grove of cinnamon trees, where the smell of cinnamon fills the air, and you can see the yellow-brown bark peeling. You walk across the soft ground towards one of the trees, break off a piece of fresh bark, put it in your mouth and chew, and the sweet, sharp smell of cinnamon fills your mouth. Your mouth waters as you enjoy the flavor. Looking ahead, you note a grassy patch just beyond the grove where there is a well. The well is made of gray stone. On one side, the stones are covered with moss. On the other, it is partly covered with ivy. Atop the wall of the well is a dipper tied to a rope. You walk to the well, place your hands on top of the cool stones, and look down into the depths of the well. You see yourself in the well with the bright sky reflected behind you. The ripples in the well radiate out. You take hold of the dipper and lower it by the rope into the well, and watch as the dipper breaks through the surface of the water, sending waves radiating across the well and reflecting back on themselves, making wonderful, intricate patterns in the water of the well. You raise the dipper by the rope, hand over hand, passing from dry rope to moist rope, taking the dipper in hand and raising it to your lips. And the water is cool and clean and sweet. You hold the dipper to your lips and drink, and the water refreshes you in such a way that it seems like it flows through you without drinking, that it awakens something deep, deep inside that is cool and refreshing and healing, and it feels so good to drink deeply of this wonderful water. You drink, replace the dipper on the wall of the well, and walk back to the grove of cinnamon trees. And there, finding a soft place, a mossy hillock, you lie down and close your eyes and rest down into the refreshment, into the cool, into the healing and blessing quietness. And you drift and you rest and you float. Float all the way down into the very best part of refreshment and blessing and wonder. And as you rest down into that, allow yourself to discover the heart of the center of the very best part of this experience, and noting how it moves, trace the movement of the feeling of the experience with invisible hands, so that whether it's a circle or a spiral or a loop, whether it's inside your body or goes outside your body, it returns to the place where it starts and doubles up on itself, and multiplies and intensifies and deepens and flows and glows and radiates and scintillates and carries you down safely and restfully into the very best part of who you really are. And it feels good. That's right. And as it ripples and resonates, as it radiates outwards and connects with eternal harmonies of blessing and being, become aware of your connection to eternity. Become aware of the resonant harmonies of the choirs of ordering principles, the rainbow-hued essences of impossible harmonies that sing the song of God deep down in the center of your own being. Rest down into the music of your own soul that resonates and harmonizes, that fits into the eternal song of God. And the rainbow-hued harmonies of the angels and the intersecting wonders of eternal connections, of blessing and healing. Now, take some time. Take some time to discover new ways in which you are connected to the mind of eternity. ways in which you manifest the divine order, and be blessed now. And when you know that you know, that you know that you know something that you do know now, and always have known, as soon as you really begin to realize that this will appear in your life as healing and blessing and inspiration in the hours and days and weeks to come. When you know that, in a way, that's right. For you, then feeling clear, refreshed, connected, strengthened, revivified and refreshed, come all the way back, feeling good,